This is Callum Johnson and you're watching Sporting Icons.
So there's been quite a lot of hoo-ha and speculation and Lord knows whatever else regarding Sergey Kovalev versus Anthony Yarde for the WBO light heavyweight world title. What's going on? Does anybody know? Is it Frank Warren's team? Is it Kathy Duva? Is it Bob Arum? Is it the Russians? Who knows what's going on? But now we have the answers as to what's going on, which is why I'm making this video for you guys. So make sure that you click that subscribe button if you're new in. Now, what's happening is that they avoided a purse bid for the WBO. They agreed terms, a huge offer come through, which is why Anthony Yarde signed for the fight. And the fight was going to happen at the end of this month. So you're talking, what, 3 weeks from now, 2-3 weeks from now, in Russia for huge money. Anthony Yarde signed, everything was done. But as time was getting closer, they weren't receiving any kind of invites from Russia to go over there. Because obviously, we need a visa to go over there, right? But they weren't getting any kind of invites, no paperwork, and it was coming to a point where it's like, well, this is stupid now. What the hell's going on? So as it turned out, it's the financial backers from Russia who offered to put up all this money, then either changed their mind or they couldn't get the funds together. Whatever it may be, the money wasn't there. But they weren't running around telling everybody, so both teams were speculating as to what's going on, especially Frank Warren's team, who didn't quite know what was going on. So as a subsequence, that obviously June 28th, 29th, whatever it is now cancelled. Okay, so what's happening now is that the WBO then ordered purse bids now. The purse bid was meant to be yesterday. That didn't take place. So they've now postponed it until June the 24th. So yes, they could probably agree terms between now and then. If not, June 24th, purse bids will take place. And the fight will happen either in August or September now. But either way, Anthony Yarde is still the manager. Sergey Kovalev still has to defend his title against Anthony Yarde. Yes, there is speculation that maybe the World Boxing Super Series could introduce the light heavyweight division and that fight could be part of that. That is entirely possible. But Frank Warren did try to save the show, so we have to give a huge shout out and a big up to Frank Warren, because he said, well, if Russia can't get the money, then we can still do the fight, but we'll do the fight on July the 13th. Which is Daniel Dubois, Nathan Gorman, Joe Joyce, Bermane Stiverne card. So we could put that fight on that card, whether it be the headliner or undercard, who knows. Either way, he offered to put that on there. Now, had Frank Warren have done that, promoter of the year for that one card, because that card would have been epic. So apparently the Russians and Kathy Duva, Sergey Kovalev and whoever else didn't want to do that, which is why that fight is now going to happen either mid to late August or maybe at September time. So that's pretty much in a nutshell what's going on. How do I know all this? Well, article is in the description box. Go give it a read for yourself. So it does appear that it was Sergey Kovalev's team, not entirely to blame, but the fact that they believed that this Russian backing, these Russian investors were willing to put up the money, and somewhere along the lines, they either said, you know what, actually we ain't going to do this, or they couldn't get the money. Whatever it was, but it was a Kovalev's team that weren't being too upfront and honest with Frank Warren as to what was going on. So Anthony Yarde was willing to go to Russia. So we can't take that away from him. It's not Anthony Yarde, as some people are saying that maybe him and Tunde Ajayi, his trainer, manager, are trying to pull some kind of fast one to get out of the fight, whatever it may be. By the looks of it, it's not them at all. The blame is entirely on Sergey Kovalev's team for messing about, which is kind of weird, isn't it? Because Kovalev, he is an American citizen. His wife is, and of course his children live in America as well. They go to American school, all this kind of thing. So they have American citizenship, and he hasn't fought in Russia in quite some time. So why suddenly now would he fight Anthony Yarde in Russia? It's a little bit weird. Of course, there is that other thing as well. Obviously speculation with Sergey Kovalev, where he was trying to get a woman. Even though he's married and that himself, he was chatting up this woman, and she was giving him some kind of lead-ons or teasing him or whatever. He followed her back along with some of his friends to her apartment or whatever it was, cabin, I don't know, to try and get a little bit more, if you get the drift. And she said no. Kovalev apparently punched her in the face. beat her up. So there's a pending court case. Maybe that had something to do with it. I'm not ruling it out, but by the sounds of it, it didn't have anything to do with it, and the fight was meant to go ahead. But it's the Russian backers, the investors, who didn't come up with the money. So now the WBO have ordered a new purse bid, and there you have it. So it looks like that the purse bid will be no later than June the 24th now, as it was supposed to be yesterday, and the fight will happen either late August, early September time. Anyway, I will get that news out there for you all, just so you're all clued up as to what's going on. Hopefully I made sense. Anyway, drop your thoughts below, click the thumbs up, and of course subscribe. Catch you all on the next video.